I'm really struck by like the leadership of this team. Like, Carday had this thing. You're on the sideline. What's that like? Just seeing that from you and other veterans.
Yeah, I think it's super important. Coaches always talk about like being player led, but it's not all the time that teams are actually player led. And I feel like Coach Dillingham does a good job of kind of like fostering that environment of like letting the players like be outspoken and stuff like that. And I think it shows up on the field, like guys cheering each other on. Obviously, the defense always brings a ton of energy, and that's something that we got to keep up because when we're out there on the field, it's not the coaches out there with us; it's just us. And so I think that player leadership is super important for us going forward.
Yeah, you've been, 3 schools, so you've seen the culture and the atmosphere and the depth and the talent. Like, what strikes you about this particular team?
I definitely said, like you said, the depth. That's definitely what I would say. There's so many positions on our team that are like deep, where we got like 2 groups, 3 groups of dudes that are ballers, and so I think that's one thing that's really struck me. Just even starting in the spring, I was like, man, we got a bunch of dudes that can play. And obviously when it comes to like, making those runs late in the season, like that depth is super important. Being able to like rotate guys in throughout the season, keep guys fresh and be healthy at the end of the year. That's really what it comes down to when you see teams, making those long runs. So yeah, I think that's going to be really important for us.
Yeah, to that point, like you can see that Jermaine's made some pretty good strides from the spring until now. Like what jumps out to you about him?
Yeah, he's obviously made a lot of strides. You can see it on the field for sure. He's just got to continue to like lock in on the little things. That's kind of the biggest thing, is just like the adjustment coming from to this level. But he's definitely doing a really good job of kind of improving his game, picking up the playbook more and more. And he's been doing a really good job. So
you and Champ are at the 300-pound mark now.
Yeah.
How's that feel out there physically?
It feels good. It feels really good. Yeah, just a lot of confidence coming with that. Like, just feeling like I got my body right. And so just a lot of confidence coming with that, kind of in every aspect of the game. And so I feel like, camp's been going well so far. So.
Where does that extra strength and heft kind of show up most on the field?
For me, it's really just confidence. Like, honestly, a lot of times, like, the numbers in the weight room, your weight, a lot of that stuff doesn't matter as much as people think. It's more about like how you use it. And I think that for me and my skill set, it's just understanding like what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, and kind of playing off of those so that those weaknesses don't show up as much. And so, but it's been feeling really good. I've been feeling really confident throughout this camp, and obviously got to just keep it going. So
yeah. Kenny loves to put you guys in space with the screens and everything. Like, it seems like you guys got good perimeter blocking.
Yeah.
What's that, have that dynamic element? What's that been like?
It's been awesome. I think that's probably been my strongest point throughout this camp so far, is getting out in space on screens and pulling as well. I thought that I've done a good job on that. But it's really fun to play in. When you get, guys in our group on the O-line, getting out in space and blocking, like, that stuff's fun. Like, obviously, you want to be, road graders in the run game, running up the middle and stuff like that. But it is a nice change up being able to go and do those things. So
like, we're always focused on the daily, like what we're doing immediately. But do you ever like take a step back and think about like everything that you've been through the last couple years and what it feels like to be on the leadership council of a team like this and with the ones, in a setting like this?
Yeah.
Like what is it? What does that feel like for you?
Man, it feels awesome. And I had the opportunity to talk to the team last night during our little campfire thing, and kind of just talk a little bit about my story. And 2 years ago, I wasn't able to be here at Camp C. I was at home, on bed rest for the whole fall camp. And so for me, it's just the gratitude, just being able to be out here every day with the guys, in the cafeteria playing cards and games and stuff like that. It's a blessing for sure, just to be able to continue to play football, and especially to have this role on the team where the guys trust me and my role on the team. So
what was like the focus of what your comments were last night to the team?
It was kind of just like sharing about my story, and especially like gratitude. That was really the biggest thing that I was talking about. Obviously, like I was saying, like I wasn't able to be here 2 years ago, and a lot of times it's so easy to get caught up on the future and stuff like that you kind of take the present for granted. And so for me, that was kind of my message to the guys, just being grateful for this. Like, we get to be here, we get to play Division I football at Arizona State, and it's a blessing. Obviously there's going to be really hard days, but this is what we all dreamed of doing.
Yeah. How do you feel like just where the team is at, like the readiness? You still got a ways to go yet, but are you guys tracking toward what you expect of the team with the standards that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're on track for sure. Definitely, especially on offense, we got to continue to clean things up. I thought today was probably one of our better days of fall camp. But yeah, we got to continue to clean things up and continue to get on the same page. But I definitely think that we're on the right track for sure. And then the defense, they've been killing it all camp. So I'm really excited about what they're going to do this year.
When you went through everything for that period, did you Did you ever wonder about whether it would be possible for you to get back to this place? And like, what kind of stuff goes through a person's head in that situation?
Yeah, I think that I would definitely say I was a little bit naive to like kind of the severity of the injury, and obviously like I got better, pretty quickly, and so it wasn't really, too much time where I was thinking like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play football again. But for me, it was kind of just like focusing on just showing up every day and just kind of chipping away at it. And so that was kind of the biggest thing for me, like just controlling what I can control. Like obviously there's going to be a lot of things like, not really sure what the future holds, but just showing up every day and attacking my recovery, that was really the biggest thing for me.
Who did you really lean on a lot, like through that process?
I would definitely say my dad. He had a lot of injuries throughout his career, and so he had a lot of the same emotions that I was having, he had been through. And so that was really cool for me to be able to kind of lean on him and have somebody that has experience, like obviously like not a stroke, but having injuries that kept him out for, long periods of time, and kind of him having those same emotions that I was having going through that. So that was definitely, my dad was probably the one person I leaned on the most. And then obviously my faith, I talk about that a lot. Like that was really the biggest thing for me, and just, trusting God's plan. So
yeah. So there's a, quarterback competition, right? And we'll see what happens. But how have you felt about like the chemistry? Like it seems like you've had almost no like operational penalties with the first group, which I've noticed. Has it felt really smooth, like as far as the operation and with Tana at center and with the quarterbacks rotating the way that they have?
Yeah, I think it's been really smooth. Like you said, I don't think we've had any operational stuff with the first group. It's been really seamless transitions, like from quarterback to quarterback, which is a good thing. I think that just shows like how good of a job the coaches are doing, like Coach Arroyo, Coach Dillingham, and just getting those guys ready and making sure that it's not a huge adjustment for the O-line and for the rest of the group, like when a different quarterback comes in. So I think that they've both been doing all of the quarterbacks have been doing a really good job throughout this camp, and I'm excited to see how it shakes out for sure.